Hi, this is Subhash Chakravarti with Debashish Sen. Outside the Wankhede Stadium, our cricket caravan has reached Mumbai for their next match against Sri Lanka. And today India had a next session, so we'll provide you all the updates from this session and what Shreyas Iyer did for close to 2 hours. It was an intensive session. Only 7 players arrived. Debashish, so who were the 7 players?
Mostly, I would say KL Rahul, Shardul Thakur, Shreyas Iyer, Surya Kumar Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja, and Ravichandran Ashwin. These were the 7 players who turned up for the practice. So no big stars with the likes of Virat and Rohit. They deciding to rest along with Jasprit Bumrah, the fast bowlers Siraj, Shami, and Bumrah. Obviously, Kuldeep Yadav too did not turn up, but obviously it's very hot out here. So the ideally today being the practice session being held in the afternoon at around 2 p.m. So maybe and this has been the case throughout the World Cup. Means, hardly one or two practice sessions where the entire Indian team turned up, but this has been the practice for throughout the tournament.
Absolutely, we'll see the likes of Virat, Rohit turning up tomorrow, perhaps when India train under the lights. But one thing which struck our eyes was Shreyas Iyer. He batted in 3 matches for close to around 2 hours. Faced a lot of short deliveries from Nohan, from Raghu. Even Rahul Dravid in the later phase of the session joined him for the throwdown section. And he knows that his struggle, his frailties, his shortcomings is against the short deliveries and which we saw in लखनऊ as well. लखनऊ में भी हमें दिखा कि वो जो शॉर्ट डिलीवरी था उस पे वो आउट हो गए कैच दे बैठे सो ही विल नो दैट अगर उनको अपनी जगह बनाए रखनी है अभी सूर्या कुमार यादव भी अच्छा खेल रहे हैं सो व्हेन हार्दिक पांड्या रिटर्न देयर विल बी अ टॉस अप बिटवीन श्रेयस एंड सूर्या एंड क्योंकि श्रेयस का भी होम ग्राउंड है ये तो ही विल नो दैट यू नो यही जगह है जहाँ पे वो बड़ा रन मार सकता है अगेंस्ट स्ट्रगलिंग Sri Lankan team.
And obviously he batted for three times.
Yeah.
Obviously, at first we saw the Ravindra Jadeja and who was Ishan Kishan was in fact Surya Kumar Yadav and Ishan Kishan was batting and Shreyas was towards the far end of the nets. He was taking throwdowns. Then he came in the center nets very trend for a good half an hour, and then again towards the end of the next session, he was the lone batter who was training, who was practicing under the watchful eyes of Rahul Dravid, and both Vikram Rathore and Rahul Dravid were giving him throwdown. So, see, he has that instinct of turning things round, but the point is, the fact is, whether he goes out in the middle and scores those runs, because those are important. You may practice for numerous hours, might and but the real point is that it's all mental. I think there's a bit of a mental block. It's obviously short ball, and also some sort of thing because the team management definitely might have worked on his technique, but it is all mental. If he gets those 30, if he gets a start, he did get a start. It's not that he has not got a start in the tournament, but he needs to get a big one, and then that will give him that confidence.
Absolutely, Shreyas so far started his World Cup with a 0 against Australia, then again picked up his pace, scored a good half century against Pakistan in Ahmedabad. But again, after that, it has been a downhill slide for Shreyas. Of course, he scored a 30 odd against New Zealand in Dharamshala, but again, when you were expecting a big one in Lucknow, again, when the likes of Shubman Gill failed, when the likes of Virat Kohli failed, you wanted Shreyas Iyer to score big runs. And I've been saying repeatedly that Shreyas Iyer is someone who can do extremely well in Indian conditions, in flatter conditions, in conditions which assist the spinners. Because Shreyas is, in my opinion, is one of the finest exponents of spin bowling. But short ball आते ही श्रेयस का थोड़ा सा दिक्कत हो जाता है, and that is why he trained extensively for around 2 hours to tackle that short deliveries, to fine tune his reflexes. और ज्यादा दिक्कत नहीं हुआ इधर उधर थोड़ा बहुत दिक्कत हुआ श्रेयस को खेलने में जो उसका स्ट्रगलिंग एरिया है बट ज्यादातर ही वाज प्लेइंग वेल एंड वही हम चाहेंगे कि मैच में भी श्रेयस अय्यर डज द सेम big shot there. He was smashing sixes for fun and he's looking in good touch. And especially Jadeja का रोल काफी important हो जाता है in the absence of हार्दिक पांड्या. हार्दिक पांड्या रहने से थोड़ा सा एक कुशन एक्स्ट्रा कुशन मिल जाता है. But now Devashish, when Hardik is not there, Jadeja का role against New Zealand we saw in Dharamshala, that Jadeja's role in playing that crucial knocks down the order वो काफी important हो जाता है.
Absolutely spot on. Obviously, time and again proving for India across tournament. It's not that ODI cricket, he has done it. He has 20 format, test format. Jadeja uh, brings a lot to the table as far as the Indian team is concerned, along with Hardik Pandya. Now that Hardik is not is out due to injury, obviously the Indian management has gone in for specialized players like Surya Kumar Yadav and Mohammad Shami. So we all know what Mohammad Shami has done in the last two matches. Obviously, that obviously clears a lot of headache from the team management. Now that Shami is performing, Shami is doing well. When obviously there was a bit of concern when Hardik was injured as to who will fit in as the sixth bowling option. We saw the likes of Virat, Surya Kumar rolling their arms in I think it was in Lucknow. It was in Lucknow. So, but then that was not needed. Actually, that absence of sixth bowling option is not needed due to the fact that Shami has come really well. And obviously, talking about Surya, he also came good, scoring that 49 runs against England. So I think this team is looking very confident.
Absolutely, there was a question from Saurabh Gupta. Any chance of Ishan to play? Any chance to play Ishan in the next match? No, no, no. I don't think India will tinker with their batting unit. It's set. It's comfortable against Netherlands. We might see Ishan play a match just for the sake of it. But I don't think against in Wankhede where it's a golden opportunity for the main batters to score runs, score big runs. I think they will stick with the same formula. And right now, I don't see any chance of Ishan playing in the next match.
He might be the Sunil Wilson of 1983.
You never know. You never know. He might be the Sunil Wilson. Yeah, that should be a that's a good point. That's a good point, Devashi Smith. But yes, right now all the Indian batters have not given any chance for Ishan to come into the playing 11 or even come into the scene to stake a claim there. So I don't think there will be any changes. There's another question if Swapnil can flash that. So yes, right now so Ishan Saurabh, no chance of Ishan playing right now. नीदरलैंड्स मैच में अगर बैंगलोर में जब तक क्वालिफिकेशन सील हो जाएगा कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन में रहेंगे दिवाली भी है सो देयर माइट वी माइट सी ईशान किशन प्ले इन प्लेस ऑफ केएल राहुल रेस्ट कर दिया सेमीफाइनल से पहले सो दैट माइट बी द केस बट राइट नाउ अभी कोई चांस नहीं है देयर वाज अनदर क्वेश्चन व्हिच आई थिंक स्वप्निल इज नॉट फ्लैशिंग आई डोंट नो व्हाई but yes overall acha there was a question on KL Rahul I am forgetting the name of the guy who asked the question so sorry for that but what did KL Rahul do in today's nets? I think KL Rahul focused on just fine tuning, just knocking those deliveries, staying in that rhythm, staying in that groove. Nothing extremely fancy. Like we saw Surya playing those scoops and sweeps. Even Shardul Thakur was attempting those scoops and sweeps. But for KL Rahul, traditional net session for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And and playing that number three position is a very interesting crucial part for India. There's some very important knocks.
Even in Lucknow,
And he kept wicket well. Remember, he has got two medals as far as his fielding is concerned behind the wicket. So he has been phenomenal. If you look at these are useful contributions from each and every member of this team. That has made the Indian team look like a very confident unit. Means be it Rohit Sharma, captain has led from the front, or a Rohit, or a Virat, or a um,
anyone in
Mohammad Shami, Jasprit Bumrah, Kuldeep Yadav, another guy who has done really well. So I think it's confidence. It's small contributions from each and every member of this Indian team.
Absolutely, we were having just a casual chat with the fielding coach T. Gillett. You were also there, and he was saying he just mentioned one thing that batters, bowlers, they get man of the match for their performances, but the fielding efforts, one boundary save, one good catch, they don't get recognized, and that was his mindset behind conceptualizing this entire fielding medal thing. That everyone who puts in extra effort on the field gets rewarded at the end of the day, and he said you can see the guys that putting that extra mile, extra effort to save a boundary just for that medal. Medal is not a big deal for these players, but yes, to create that camaraderie within the team, to have that celebration act after the end of the match, Even in Dharamshala, when the team did not field well, there were some moments where Kohli took a good catch at the deep. Shreyas Iyer took a good catch in the deep. Siraj was diving around. So these are the small efforts which make a huge difference in bigger scheme of things. Against in semi-final, for example, if Australia is facing, you see, we saw we saw in India versus Australia match or Australia versus South Africa match how Ellis Perry saved those boundaries in the boundary rope, and that 12 run 20 run margin which Ellis Perry saved in the field became the winning margin. So fielding is a very crucial exponent, and that is what the entire fielding department or the Indian team management is doing by giving that medal, and it's great to see we are enjoying the video.
Except behind, obviously, last match we saw a laser light was flashed.
Yeah,
KL
KL
Rahul
Rahul.
was number. Same, previous match we saw the name was flashed. Jadeja's name was flashed on the giant screen.
Shreyas Iyer was given a poster.
Yes, yes. Small things that goes a long way in team bonding, in setting up the camaraderie, the team spirit. And one thing, it means hats off to team or whoever has conceptualized this medal.
Absolutely, and there's another question from Saurabh Gupta. Why Shubman Gill did not turn up for the practice? Shubman has been one player who has been there in every session, be it a full session, be it an optional session. Before catching dengue, after recovering from dengue, Shubman has been everywhere in practice session, and he has batted for time at the net. But I think he deserves a break. He deserves a break, and it is a hot and humid afternoon in Mumbai. They traveled yesterday, so I think he deserves a breather, and hopefully this breather will allow him to score that big knock which is missing from his tally in this World Cup. We are expecting a big one from Shubman very soon, and hopefully we'll have it very soon. भाई श्रेयस अय्यर will play next match. श्रेयस सिंह, श्रेयस आपका भी नाम श्रेयस है, उनका भी नाम श्रेयस है, तो बिल्कुल प्लेइंग 11 में दिखेंगे. अभी जब तक हार्दिक पांड्या वापस नहीं आ जाते, श्रेयस की जगह बिल्कुल सेफ है. बट अगर वो रन नहीं करते, सूर्या फिर से रन कर जाते हैं, दोनों का होम ग्राउंड है ये, तो और उसके बाद जब हार्दिक वापस आते हैं तो वो बहुत देखने वाली बात होगी कि आप केएल राहुल को नंबर 4 पे खिलाते हो, हार्दिक को 5 पे खिला के सूर्या को आप नंबर 6 पे खिलाते हो. दैट्स समथिंग which Shreyas needs to keep in mind. No place is secure in this playing 11. Even number 2 ODI रैंकिंग में मोहम्मद सिराज है, उनकी भी जगह खतरे में है, विकेट्स नहीं आ रहे हैं, और वहीं पे मोहम्मद शमी विकेट ले रहे हैं. तो अभी किसी की भी जगह पक्की नहीं है. अगर आप रोहित शर्मा या विराट कोहली हो तो आपकी जगह पक्की है, बाकी बाकी किसी की जगह पक्की नहीं है. बट इस मैच में आपको श्रेयस अय्यर खेलते हुए दिख जाएंगे, बट उनको भी बड़े रन बनाने पड़ेंगे. 53 उन्होंने पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट बनाए थे. अच्छे फ्लैशेस में अच्छे लग रहे हैं, एक अटैकिंग माइंडसेट के साथ आ रहे हैं नंबर 4 पे. बट अगर वो बड़ा स्कोर जो 50 60 70 का नॉक अगर वो लगा पाते हैं श्रीलंका के अगेंस्ट, देन वेल एंड गुड, उनकी जगह बनी रहेगी टीम में. क्योंकि फिर हार्दिक आते हैं तो फिर आप वापस उसी टेम्पलेट में चले जाओगे, आपके पास वो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी वाला ऑप्शन आ जाएगा. बट अगर रन नहीं बनते तो मे बी Surya can take up that spot in the 11.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the good thing about champion team is that you sticking your playing combination.
Right.
Not to tinker too much with your playing combination. And that has been the case with Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma. But the team management believes that you should stick with the winning combination. And that itself reflects in the performance of the team. When they have been winning consistently and handsomely. It's not that going down the wire and matches, winning a thriller. It's all about this. All the 6 wins so far has been convincing, and that says a lot about the camaraderie that is within the team spirit, and actually. Until some injury happens, that was the case with Hardik. That's the reason that Surya Kumar actually starting along with Mohammad Shami. I don't think there is too much of a need to tinker. Yes, you can play one or two, but someone like a Ishan Kishan for that game against Netherlands, because you remember, you win this game, you are almost through to the semi-finals. Because even before the heading into this match, India is not guaranteed a place in the semi-finals, because go on to 14 points. Then you're almost certain. Okay, more of it, or so you are in the semi-final. But speaking about the combination, means there is need for a change until and unless the wicket say the wicket favors the spin. So you might have a Ashwin coming in, but so far so good.
Absolutely, and traditionally this Bankery track has good bounce. Batters love to score runs here. So I think the Indian team will stick to the same team, same playing 11. But yes, there's still 2 more days to go. You never know what happens in the next session. What happens? Still a lot of grass in the main wicket. So after it is trimmed down, we have to take a look at the pitch and then decide on what the playing 11 is. But the beauty of this Indian side is they can play in any conditions. They can tinker with their playing 11 according to the conditions. So that's the best part about it. But yes, I think we have given all the updates from the next session. It's 15 minutes now. Yes,
And obviously, before we end also, obviously, there's a big event happening here at the
yeah,
Wankhede Stadium. The
Sachin Tendulkar statue.
giant statue of Sachin Tendulkar being unveiled. And what a momentous occasion will it be for MCA, for Mumbai Cricket Association, and all the fans here in Mumbai. Sachin, and you could sense a goosebump when I was standing just beside the staircase that leads to the dressing room in Southeast Asia. The same staircase which the master took in obviously winning that World Cup, and what an occasion. And remember, you also had to have that chair where MS Dhoni 6 landed here at the Wankhede Stadium. So these are all means fairy tale stories. Means obviously you would love to see an Indian team. Hopefully, fingers crossed, India make it to the semi-final. They will be back here at the Wankhede Stadium to play the semi-final in all probability. So what an occasion will it be? And Mumbai crowds have always been. It will be a sea of blue at the Wankhede Stadium, as is the case with all the venues wherever the Indian team is playing. So we would expect another, and obviously one more practice session to go. Hopefully everyone turns up.
Yeah, I think Devashis have given you all the updates in one go. Statue of Sachin Tendulkar unveiling tomorrow, so stay tuned to the sports. We'll give you all the visuals, live updates from that statue unveiling. A lot of people are coming. BCCI Secretary Jadeja will be here. BCCI President Roger Binney will be here. Chief Minister will be here, and it will be a great occasion. And if one cricketer from India deserves a statue at the Wankhede, then it has to be a master blaster Sachin Tendulkar. But yes, we have given you all the updates from the practice session, from what is going to happen tomorrow. Of course, India will train under the lights at 6 p.m. Tomorrow. So we'll be providing you all the updates from that as well. So stay tuned to the sport for all the updates. This was Debashi Singh with me, Subhayan Chakraborty, outside the Wankhede Stadium. Thank you for watching.